So Lush is not able to make the perfect crystal from Deep Resonance mod. Yes, and to read the comments, you should know that by now. When I showed you this room and I told you it took me 4 hours, it didn't mean that it took me 4 hours to understand the mod. Because the mod is easy. You can understand everything about the mod in like 5 minutes and make the perfect crystal in like 15 minutes. So let us try and make one together, and then I will explain to you what I did over there. First off, we're going to need 6 buckets of RCL, which is enough in order to make 1 crystals. How do we make 6 buckets of that? Well, we need 30 resonating ore, and we need to smelt that inside the smelter. So we have a tank, we put you on top, and now we need to make sure that this guy is always half full of lava. We're going to provide this guy with lava using a lava fabricator from Industrial Foregoing, and this guy needs power. Then we just connect them like so. In order to make sure that this guy is always half full, we are going to need a comparator and a potentiometer, and we're going to set you on 7. That should be more than enough. And now we need some redstone conduits to hook it up to the fluid conduit over there so that it will stop pumping lava when this guy is almost half full. The fluid conduit will be active without redstone signal, and the signal color is green because this guy is also green. And if we want to connect them, we just right click on the tank. Now it's on input and it's half full. Perfect. We just need to provide you with power and put a tank on top and then provide you with 30 resonating ore. I just realized that I forgot to say hi. So hello everyone and welcome to another episode of FTB Revelation. How are you doing today? How's life? Each resonating ore will give you 200 millibuckets, and if you use the lava system correctly, your quality will be 100%. Now we need to work on the other attributes: purity, strength, and efficiency. In order to increase the purity, we're going to need a purifier, and we're going to provide this guy with some filters. The tanks are also multi-block, so I can just add one on top, and this guy will start purifying the liquid. If it happens, it would be nice. Yeah. And it spits everything out. So for now we're just going to provide this guy with a hopper. It will eject the garbage inside and it will take the filter material from here as well. It should work fine. There are 2 points that I have to mention about the purifier. One, you cannot improve the purity of your liquid more than 85%, and also the time it takes to go from 80% to 85% is just not worth it. It takes hours. So don't do that, just go to 80%. Now we come to our first bit of automation, which is called the valve. The valve checks the fluid on the top tank for certain attributes that you can specify here, and once the fluid reaches that threshold, it will start pumping the fluid into a bottom tank in the amount that you specify. Here we have 6 buckets. What does that mean in practice? We can extend the top tank, put the valve, put a bottom tank here, and then when it reaches 80% purity, it should pump it here. We just have to wait a little bit. Almost 80%? Yes. Now we should get it here. Yep. Now we're going to work on the attributes of the fluid that we have in the bottom tank. And the way that we're going to do that is through an infusing laser. And if you look at the JEI, it will tell you that if you feed it different material, it will improve different attributes. So nether stars are the best for strength and efficiency. Emerald is the best for purity. And dimensional shards are the best overall. But the problem is it cannot improve the strength and efficiency more than 80%. So first we are going to start infusing it with dimensional shards, then nether stars, and then emeralds in order to save on emeralds, because emeralds are more expensive than dimensional shards, in my personal opinion. We need to put a lens on the tank, then we are going to put the infusing laser 1 block away. This also counts as 1 block, so this is the 1 block away. The infusing laser is going to need 2 types of different material. One of them is the catalyst, which is basically the item that you want to infuse the fluid with, so we put it here. And then another item, which is the blue stuff, which is basically any type of crystal. You see, now we have 3566. If we give it a redstone signal, it will start infusing. Strength and efficiency are going up, purity is going up very slowly. Once strength and efficiency reaches 80%, we're going to extract the fluid from the top tank into the bottom tank. The infusing laser is not very smart, so it will not understand when the fluid that you have in the tank reaches a certain threshold. Therefore, you need to control it somehow with a redstone signal so that it will turn off once this reaches a certain threshold, so that you will not waste material, because these guys are expensive. It's almost at 80%, so the valve should kick in and we should get fluid in the bottom tank. This guy is still on, so you need to control it. Now we have a decent crystal which has quality of 100, purity of almost 90, deadly gaze 4. Damn. Now we actually have a decent fluid. It's quality of 100, purity of almost 90, strength of 80, efficiency of 80, and we can still improve it. This time we're going to infuse it with nether stars in order to improve strength and efficiency. And I think 3 is more than enough. Yep, we're done. Now quality, strength and efficiency are at 100. Purity is at 75% and we need to increase that using emeralds. Unnatural hunger 4 again. That's awesome. So we're going to infuse it with emeralds and then the purity will go to 100. Then we will have a perfect crystal. Now we have a perfect fluid. Quality 100, purity 100, strength 100 and efficiency 100. And if we want to convert it into a crystal, we just need to put a crystallizer on the top, provide it with power and wait for around 10 minutes. Go wait! Oddly enough, it's actually going to require 2 tanks underneath, otherwise it will not work. But still, it's going to take a very long time. It's only at 4% right now. But generally, when it reaches 100%, you will get 1 perfect crystal. And of course, in order to use that perfect crystal, you're going to need 2 generators, because each generator can handle 10,000 RF, and this guy makes almost 20,000 RF. And of course, you make the multi-block structure, you flick the lever, and you get a lot of RF. How much do we get? Yeah. Getting a crystal like this takes only 20 minutes, not more than that, but it's also not very automatic, it's actually very manual. You can improve the design and make it semi-automatic, but I wanted something fully automatic. And that took 4 hours. This distillation tower that you see in front of you is 100% fully automatic and is completely integrated with our applied energistic system, meaning that you can just go to your ME terminal, order a crystal, and you will get it in your ME system. I will explain to you how it works after I sleep, I guess. To start the process, you will go to your ME terminal and order 1 crystal. What will happen is that 30 resonating ores will be exported to the smelter, and we start the process of purifying it using filters. Whenever the purity of the RCl in the top tank reaches 78%, this tank will become active and export 6 buckets to the bottom tank. Then I do have a comparator here with a potentiometer set at 5, which will emit a redstone signal when we have 6 buckets inside the bottom tank, which will deactivate the valve so that it will not export more RCl into the bottom tank, and it will activate the infusing laser so that we can infuse it with dimensional shards and improve the efficiency and strength. When we hit 80% on all attributes, we have another valve which will take all the fluid and put it inside another tank. That tank is also hooked up to a comparator and a potentiometer which will activate the infusing laser with nether stars, and will also deactivate the top valve so that we don't get more liquids, so that we can always process 6 buckets at a time. Of course, the process continues. Once we infuse it with nether stars, purity will drop, but strength and efficiency will be at 100. In order to improve the purity, we're going to have another valve and another tank and another laser to infuse it with emeralds so that everything will be 100, 100, 100. The process has already started and everything is fully automatic, so we're already infusing it with dimensional shards. It will increase the strength and efficiency to 80% and then it will go down the distillation tower. Once everything is done, it will go to this bottom tank and it will be converted into a crystal in the crystallizer and gets imported back to our ME system. Basically, this is the reason that it took me hours, because I wanted it to be fully automatic and I wanted it to be in the form of a distillation tower, and I wanted to see the lasers and I did not want to see the cables. So we're going to have a facade around it. But this is just making the crystals. Now we need to make the reactor. And I was thinking of doing it down there because there's a hole and it should look nice. I personally thought that if we use a crystal with very high quality, it's not going to cause that much radiation, which will spread to nearby chunks and it will give us negative effects. Unfortunately, I was wrong. Even if you use the best crystal, you're still going to get a lot of radiation and a lot of negative effects. And we're going to use more than 1 crystal, so our problem is worse. This dense obsidian stops radiation, but it looks really bad. So we're going to have to use it, but I'm thinking of covering it. I'm hoping it will work. Okay, so this is going to be our temporary setup for the reactor for testing purposes, because I'm still trying to tweak it. With 4 crystals, this guy is generating 80,000 RF, and I have fully encased it in dense obsidian, except for up there. What happened? Oh, the Eldritch Guardian. Where are you? Whoop, okay, you're here. Sword will be more useful. Anyhow, it's fully encased in dense obsidian except for the top, because I want to see the reactor functioning. And it does function really cool, so look. I still have the fog thing from Tomcraft, but it does look cooler than this. But the radiation, even from 4 crystals, is a lot. When it reaches 10,000, you will start getting negative effects, like hunger. I already have it, okay. Clearly I was wrong. But it does look cool. And the radiation here is not that bad. Okay, it's bad. Huh. You know, eventually this guy will be hooked up to our capacitor bank so that it will turn on and off automatically based on the amount of RF that we have in our power bank. I want to increase the number of crystals to maybe 10 and see how it goes. And by the way, this is our door basically. So I wanted to cover the entire place with dense obsidian, and then I thought, okay, so how do we get in or out? So we're going to use portals from Draconic Evolution on both sides. I know it looks weird, but it kind of looks like a door. You can cross it easily. Actually, hooking it up to our capacitor banks was easier than I thought, because we already had a channel system for our reactor over there. So I just had to hook it up to that one. And now it's fully automatic, but I kept the lever just to show you. We have 10 crystals and we have enough generators. So this should be 200,000 RF. Whoops. I walked out. Yeah. How does it look from up here? Not the best, but I'm happy. How much are you making? 235,000 RF. That's not bad. However, the radiation is really bad. How much is it outside? It's not the worst. Inside it's really bad, but out here it's only like 650. It's not that bad. The glass does not give you that much protection though. I could have used the door. The glass does not give you that much protection. So up here it's 2000 something, which is not very good. You might be asking yourself, Lush, why are you so much worried about the radiation? It's fine. You just don't walk here. Yes, that is true. The problem is my bed is just up here. You know, it's like 20 blocks away. So even we get radiation here. I know, with the Wither factory inside our base and my bed next to the reactor, I'm a safety expert. Alright guys, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. I know it's a bit of a shorter one and I'm very sorry for that, but the thing is I have an episode planned out for the weekend and Deep Resonance would not fit into that. So I had to make a separate video. Hi. And anyway, I was joking about the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one, bye bye.